The Franciscan Cup lights up the Riley Center tonight as the Siena Saints visit the St. Bonaventure Bonnies. Both teams arrive unbeaten at 2-0, and the building will shake with every rebound and whistle at 7 p.m. Eastern. For St. Bonaventure, the pulse is Frank Mitchell. He's coming off a 20-point, 11-rebound double-double against Canisius, anchoring a Bonnies squad that's bullying opponents on the glass. Around him, Daryl Simmons stretches defenses with quick-release shooting, giving the Bonnies rhythm inside and out. Siena counters with Tasman Goodrick, who opened the year with 22 points and 11 boards against Bryant, then followed with 8 and 10 versus Brown. Justice Schultz drives their offense, a fearless guard who attacks space and feeds teammates like he's conducting a current. Together, they've carried the Saints to 2 wins built on pace and movement. But the numbers tilt hard toward the home team. St. Bonaventure controls boards by 20 per game, holds opponents under 45% shooting, and plays inside a building where they've taken 8 straight Wednesday wins against non-conference teams. Siena has dropped its last dozen Wednesday road games versus higher conferences. One team defends its house, the other hopes the moment doesn't swallow it. And today's AI pick is St. Bonaventure minus 8.5. Will we cash or will we burn? Tonight, it feels like we cash. On to Game 2.
We turn to Houston, Texas, where the Oakland Golden Grizzlies meet the Houston Cougars inside the Fertitta Center. Tip-off is set for 8 p.m. Eastern, and the line opens with Houston favored by 29.5. For the Cougars, the spotlight burns on Kingston Flemings. He led Houston with 20 points in their win over Towson, steady from mid-range, unshaken under pressure. His tempo control keeps Houston balanced, dictating pace while others chase his rhythm. Around him, Emmanuel Sharp adds efficient perimeter shooting, giving the Cougars dual threats both inside and out. On the other side, Oakland rides the energy of ZR Wells. He's averaging 17.5 points and 9 rebounds, the lone anchor for a defense that's been leaking badly, more than 100 points a night through 2 games. His hustle gives them a pulse, but against Houston's top 10 defense, that heartbeat could fade fast. This matchup feels like control versus chaos. Houston guards like a wall, allowing barely 52 points per game. Oakland fires freely, but they give up twice that. One side plays order, the other plays hope. The gap between them isn't tactical, it's structural. And today's AI pick is Houston minus 29.5. Will we cash or will we burn? The numbers whisper one word tonight: cash.
We move to Knoxville, where the Tennessee Volunteers host the North Florida Ospreys inside Food City Center. Tip-off at 7 o'clock Eastern, the Volunteers towering as 40-point favorites. For Tennessee, the story begins with Nate Ament. 2 games in, he's averaging 20 points and 8 rebounds, the steady pulse of a team built on balance. Around him, J.P. Estrella adds 14 and 8 on inside finishes, and Jacoby Gillespie orchestrates pace with 5 assists a night. The Vols score 85 per game, hit over 50% from the field, and rebound like it's oxygen. 50 boards a contest, 14th in the nation. North Florida arrives from a 40-point loss, still searching for rhythm. Cameron Oriole leads with 19 points per game. Trey Cady contributes 13, but the Ospreys shoot barely 31% overall and rank last in the country on the glass. Their free throw accuracy, 86%, is the lone bright spot. The matchup looks like depth versus survival. Tennessee defends as if it's doctrine, allowing just 58 per game, while North Florida gives up 100+. The Volunteers dominate night games in this arena, 45 straight wins over non-conference opponents, and today's AI pick is Tennessee minus 40.5. Will we cash or will we burn? Tonight, all signs point to cash. On to Game 4.
Tulsa and Oral Roberts face off in a crosstown battle at the Mabee Center, both programs chasing early season momentum. Tip-off at 8 o'clock Eastern, and Tulsa enters favored by 9.5. For Tulsa, the engine is David Green. He's opened the year with back-to-back double-digit games, 14 points and 5 boards against Rhode Island, 15 in the opener versus Oklahoma Christian. He sets the tone: smooth mid-range, disciplined defense, quiet leadership. Around him, Tylan Riley and Miles Barnstable stretch the floor with pace, combining for nearly 30 a night while keeping the Hurricane efficient, 52% shooting. Oral Roberts leans on Ty Harper, who scored 18 at Oklahoma State and continues to drive the Golden Eagles' tempo. Ofri Nava adds presence inside, 7 rebounds and secondary scoring, while Luke Gray's spark off the bench against John Brown turned a close game into a runaway. Tulsa brings balanced scoring and sharper discipline, while Oral Roberts relies on rhythm and the crowd. The Hurricanes' perimeter defense should neutralize Harper's range, and their efficiency on both ends tilts the floor their way. And today's AI pick is Tulsa minus 9.5. Will we cash or will we burn? The numbers say cash. On to Game 5.
We end the night in Corvallis, where the North Texas Mean Green bring a 3-0 record into Gill Coliseum against the 2-0 Oregon State Beavers. Tip-off 8:30 Central, 6:30 Pacific. For North Texas, Jashawn Stevenson sets the pace. 23 points in their win over Loyola, hitting nearly half his shots while carrying the late possessions. Around him, the Mean Green play methodical, holding opponents to just 56 points a game, 34% shooting, and 25% from deep. They live on defense, turnovers, and controlled tempo. Oregon State answers with Josiah Lake II. He dropped 22 with 8 rebounds in the narrow win over UIC, combining efficiency, 66% shooting, with calm execution. The Beavers as a group hit 46% from the floor and nearly 80% from the line, leaning on spacing and rebounding balance through Glenn Taylor Jr. and Tyler Bilodeau. North Texas wins through suffocation. Oregon State wins through rhythm. The Beavers have home court fire but average 16 turnovers per game. Against a team that forces almost 19, that's a crack in the floorboards. Expect a low-scoring possession war decided by patience and free throws. And today's AI pick is North Texas plus 3.5. Will we cash or will we burn? Defense travels. We cash. Lilith prepares the recap.
I, Lilith, stepped through the static, tracing 5 signals across the night. Game 1, Siena at St. Bonaventure. The Franciscan Cup tilts toward the Bonnies, the pick set at St. Bonaventure minus 8.5. The system predicts a controlled burn, advantage home floor. Game 2, Oakland traveling into Houston's Storm. The Cougars' defense tightens like scripture itself. The model favors Houston minus 29.5, a probable runaway. Game 3, North Florida walking into Knoxville's Roar. Tennessee's size, speed, and glass control point to Tennessee, minus 40.5. The AI forecasts dominance from start to finish. Game 4, Tulsa crossing town to face Oral Roberts. Efficiency over chaos, perimeter defense over pace. The line leans Tulsa minus 9.5, projected to cover with room. Game 5, North Texas stepping into Gill Coliseum against Oregon State. Slow tempo, heavy defense, value on the underdog. The signal edges toward North Texas plus 3.5. 5 forecasts, 5 fires waiting to ignite. 5 predicciones, 5 llamas. La noche decidirá. Like and subscribe. Will we cash or will we burn? Das Spiel beginnt erst, wenn der Atem anhält. The game begins only when the breath stops.